Barbara. Her memoir, Spoken from the Heart, is in stores today. Also want to thank everybody who jumped on board our National No Phone Zone campaign. You can really sense that we're nearing something, a tipping point, where our national consciousness is going to shift for good about driving and texting. So see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
Now, from WPTV, Florida's top-rated television station, this is News Channel 5 at 5.
Good evening, I'm Kelly Dunn, in for Shannon Tate.
And I'm Jay Cashmere. A Palm Beach County commissioner busted for abusing his power will not serve prison time. Ex-Commissioner Jeff Coons will instead serve probation. News Channel 5's Angela Sacitano was in court today during Coons' plea deal. She begins her live Team 5 coverage.
Coons pled guilty to a second-degree felony today of extortion. His political career is over, at least for now. In the meantime, State Attorney Michael McCullough warns there are other politicians who need to be looking over their backs.
In 21 years of public service, Jeff Coons is used to the spotlight. But today, the publicity was no doubt embarrassing, shameful, and, as his attorney said, a devastating way to end a career.
There's a lesson to be learned here that all of us, most especially public officials, are one bad decision away from disaster.
State Attorney Michael McCullough today, though, called it more than just one bad decision. He said Coons made one bad decision after another, using his authority over and over to intimidate opponents to his development projects.
Mr. Coons purposely and maliciously communicated extortionate threats with a goal in mind. He did it repeatedly. He then acted on those threats.
In court, Coons pled guilty to a felony charge of extortion, as well as perjury, admitting he also lied to investigators to cover up his crimes. Part of the plea means Coons serves only probation for 5 years and pays $11,500 in court costs. He made a brief apology to his victims.
I accept full responsibility. I apologize to the court, the citizens of Palm Beach County, and especially the Johnson family. Thank you very much.
There was absolutely no financial gain motive in this case.
But McCullough calls it a crime of arrogance and says it's just as damaging to the public. And he says as long as he's in office, it simply won't be tolerated.
Silencing opponents through a campaign of threats and intimidation are not acceptable conduct by a public official. The public's collective mistrust of public officials comes directly from this type of misconduct. I say as much from threats and intimidation as from cash changing hands.
McCullough went on to say that he is looking into several other cases right now, but he stopped short of saying whether or not those cases include county commissioners. He says his public corruption that his task force is working around the clock and invites the community to make calls to this hotline whenever you see fit. It's at 561-355-7491. Again, that public correction hotline.